All right, I'm back again. And, well, the data does not lie. Uh, yeah. You can see it for yourself on screen right now. And this is so funny. I'm literally getting people who say, no, the data, the facts, they are lies. That's not really what's happening. You can see it on screen for yourself. There's no way for it to be lying. You can see right here. You can see it. You can see it. Yeah. First of all, Mufasa is coming in second place over the weekend. This was to be expected. This is how it's kind of weird. New films do better on their first week, so that's expected. But this one, yeah, this is new, but it's dropped down. Now, the reason for that is I think it's a limited domestic release, haven't been out internationally, but you can see it's it's just a domestic release, and I think this one is also domestic, but I mean, it did better. Just doesn't add up. If this is oh, this is total. Yeah, it did better. It had a Friday and Saturday spike, so it did better than expected for the weekend. But Mufasa was close. So weekend box office numbers are in, and as you can see on the screen, Mufasa came in second place. Signing three came in fourth place. That's expected. That was who the numbers was falling to. One of them days came in third place. Moana is still holding behind, and like it already hit a million, but it's like it's going for 1.1 million. So like, let's look at the number of box. Uh, it's still fairly it's out in so many theaters. They look like they're going for 1.1 to 1.2 million. It's gonna be out for a while. But again, this is another thing. Look how many look how many days is out. So it came out on Tuesday, as you can see, because it's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It came out on Tuesday. One, two, three, four. That's 1 month. One, two, three, four. That's 2 months. It's going into the it's 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 going into the third month out now. So Disney movies. You can see the curve. It stays relatively in the curve, but it hit a million. So Disney movies stay out far longer. So Moana did do well. It's like going for 1 point. Like they're going to keep out for like another month maybe. So this 3 weeks to a month. So this is going to be out for a while. But it's still doing fairly well for weekend. So now as far as the other movies go, Flight Risk, new movie just came out. Came in number one. Mufasa came in number two, but and one of those they came in number three. Sonic 3 came in number four, and Moana came in number fifth. But you look at the difference between each of the movies. Like this is less than a $4 million difference. Mufasa did win the week box office number. It did come in number one again. The movie come out over the weekend. It come in number two over the weekend, but it comes in at number one over the week. New movie came out here and here. And Sonic came out here, so new movie came out. But when you look at the numbers here, this is just the weekend. Look at the week box office. Sonic did have the first week it came out. Mufasa had every week since then, and now down here, Mufasa is just leading Sonic more and more. You can see the curve. This is what they were expecting This is what actually happened. So it more than double what, well, yeah, it like it more than double what was expected versus what they actually have. So, now, the difference between Sonic and Mufasa, as you can see, is more than 3 million difference. So Mufasa keep every weekend Mufasa cutting Sonic lead domestically little by little, and that's why I kept telling people Mufasa's not out of this. Mufasa, like the first week, people were like, oh, it's over, it's done. Sonic won, Sonic won, Sonic 3 number one, blah blah. And I'm like, it's not over. You don't know how you don't. This is what I tell people: never, ever, ever take the first week numbers. Do you want to know why? Here's why. Let's look it up. Elemental. Let's look at their box office numbers. See how look how much it hit. It made more than double its box office. Look, it's a hit. It was a hit. But what did people say when it first came out? Let's look. Oh, look how much it did when it first came out. Like you can see it. It hit. It made 30 million. Look at what it ended up at. Look at what it ended up at domestically. People like it's over. It's done. It's a flop. It did do well. Then I'm just saying it just hit the gas. Like it came out, and then he was like, "Oh no, the first week is over. It's not gonna make that much." And then boom, it just took off like a rocket. After it came out, it just kept going up and up and up and up, and it just at the end of it, it made 200 million. Nearly at 150 million domestically, but total like boom. International came in clutch, and it just did well. Same go for oh shoot, a rush. Same go for the Little Mermaid. Look at what it ended up. Look at what it made domestically and internationally. People was like, oh, this movie's a flop. I'm like, okay, it opened up really well. It did better than Sonic. Like people like this movie was a flop. It didn't do well. It did better than Sonic 1, 2, and 3. People are still saying this movie is a flop. He was like, "Well, look at the total, the budget, and you need to make like it went from you need to make 2.5 times the budget to you need to make to the production budget. Now they say, well, you need to make two point. They say you need to make 2.5 times the production budget and the marketing budget. That's not how it works. You don't just change it because you want to. It was so you say the production budget, it did that. It made more than twice of the production budget. It went from you need to make twice the production budget, 2.5 the production budget. Now it's like, well, because it's international, you got to make more. You got to make even more. And I'm like, no, that's not how it works. You don't know how box office actually works. Also, you can see from here, like, they don't have the opening, but they have the total gross. It's something that always happens. Like, oh, it's gonna flop, and I'm like, it didn't. It really didn't. No matter what you say, it didn't flop. So now let's look. Also, something else that came in is if you notice um the international box office numbers came in, and would you look at that? Mufasa Mufasa jumped over the past few days. It jumped up 25 million in total. But again, this number was updated. Again, the international numbers get updated once or twice a week. It was updated on Wednesday and it's been updated again today. And Sonic 3 did not come in clutch. It did not make enough to even make more than Mufasa on internationally. Now, like I said, like Sonic 3 might hit like I was saying before, Sonic 3 Legacy might hit 450 million. That's like it's gonna happen. Will it hit 500? Don't look like that will happen, but it's possible. And the reason I say it doesn't look like that will happen because you go down here, look how many more theaters have been pulled out. Yeah, yeah, it was pulled out for more theaters here than before. Plus, it's now on streaming, so even less people are going to go see it at the box office. But here's the total it's been pulled out. Like look at this. It dropped down to almost 1,000. Even down here, you can see. So yeah, Sonic 3 looked like it. I mean, I'm not saying it can't hit 500,000, but will it? It could, but it doesn't look like it will. With the way it's slowing down every week to week, it doesn't like it will. On the other hand, Mufasa has kept up. It jumped up over 25 internationally. Look, internationally jump over what 25 million internationally. It was actually over 30 million, but again, this is estimate. As you can see, it's in green. The numbers are in green. I mean, they're estimates. But from what I see, Mufasa made far more than Sonic 3 internationally and domestically. You can see the numbers yourself. There's the weekend estimate for Sonic 3 is 5 million. Weekend estimate for Mufasa at 8, almost 9. This could jump up to 9. We don't know yet. So, Mufasa made nearly double what Sonic 3 made. This could jump up or down. You don't know yet, but this can jump. But again, 9 million versus roughly 5.5 million. Mufasa won. So, I'm going to go in here to show you what happens here. You can see it. Now, how much did they make domestically versus internationally? I did the math. I did all the math. I posted it on my YouTube community page. And here it is. I always keep one up just in case I need to go back to it. But here it is. So, Mufasa destroyed Sonic 3 at the box office. This is the estimates. Okay, all of this is estimate. That's why the numbers at the back are rounded off. If you notice, like all of this is just rounded off. There's zero zeros because they're still calculated. But the estimate every day. Mufasa is beating Sonic 3. New movie come out. It takes the lead 1 or 2. But Mufasa hold on steady at 2. Friday, Mufasa was 3. Thursday, Mufasa was 2. Wednesday, Mufasa was 2. Sunday, Mufasa came in 2. So Mufasa has dropped down. It's probably no longer going to be in the top 1. But that's what I said last week. I say Mufasa probably wasn't going to be number 1. And yeah, it came in clutch and hit number 1 last week. I say it was a possibility it could come in number 1, number 2, but it came in number 1. Less than 100 million, but it hit number 1. So Foster did hold to number 1 spot over the week. Over the weekend, that's a different story. Again, weekend numbers are just 3 days. The week numbers all 7 days. This is the week numbers here to here, or in this case, they do it from here to here. So even though it came in second over the weekend, second, third over the weekend, if it come in first enough and the other movies drop down to far lower, Mufasa can again win number 1. But look at this, like 200% jump, like over 200% from Friday. So I did the math. You can see the math on your screen. The domestic, the difference between what they made is over the weekend is over 1.5 million. which is what I mean. That's basically what happens with Mufasa. That's roughly the what happens. It makes roughly 1.5 million more than Sonic every weekend, which is again 5 day difference of 500 million every 500 million every week. They make more than 500 million more than Sonic every 500 no five 500,000 more than Sonic every day. That's the rough estimate. As you can see here, I say that here. They make 500,000 more, roughly 500,000 more than Sonic during the week, over the weekdays, and make the same, roughly the same amount over the weekend. So, over a 7 day average, over a 7 day average, Mufasa make roughly 500,000 more than Sonic. That means next week, in 7 days, it is possible for Mufasa to take the lead. The latest I can say is by Monday. It's possible for Mufasa to take the lead in 7 days. It's possible for Mufasa to take the lead by Friday. So the latest I say Mufasa will take the lead is now with the change in numbers and everything. I say Thursday is probably when it's gonna take the lead, but it could, like I said before, it could take the lead anytime during next week. It could take the lead on the 5th. Could be next Friday. Don't know right now. It's a possibility. So by the 7th, it could take the lead. There's always a possibility that it can't make less over the week, but it's holding steady to make roughly 500K every day more than possible. So with the math, 500K, this number is roughly 10 days. So again, 10 days from today will be Wednesday, next Wednesday. Now, because it's fluctuate, you have to give it a 2 day up to two. It can be anywhere from 2 to 5 days different from when it take the lead. Positive in Mufasa's direction. So that means you can take the lead this Friday or this Monday, next Monday. But when you go in the opposite direction, how long Sonic can hold the lead? You only can give it up to 2 more days. So that means by next Friday on the 7th. So based on the numbers, Mufasa is going to take the lead. When? It's basically what they're saying. It's not a matter of if, only when. So if they pull up Sonic out more theaters, Mufasa's going to take the lead sooner. If they don't, Mufasa's going to take the lead later. Now, internationally, there's the international, what they made domestically. Mufasa made over the week, since the last update, I believe was, I think I counted this. I don't know if I counted Sunday, but um, this from the other day might be from, yeah, this is from 3 days ago. So the difference between what it was and what it is now, Mufasa has basically cut into Sonic League by 500. It cut into Sonic League by uh, three, over 3 million over the basically the weekend. So that's why I'm saying it's hard to calculate how it would do overall because the way things happens over the weekend, it's like Mufasa doing 500,000 every week. then it'll be a difference of one day it have a difference of 160 1.6 million, and then like that 1.6 million for that one day can beat the equivalent of 3 days for the movie. Because look, like three million here, and in one day the difference was 1 million, as you can see here, roughly 1.5. Look, then here, look how much that split is. So every Saturday, the split from Sonic to Mufasa is just boom. That's a 1 point, roughly 1.6 million jump. Now I say it roughly because this is an estimate. This can go up or down, but it's roughly it's gonna be there's a good chance it's gonna stay over 1.5 million. Yeah, on a Saturday. So it may three times it normally does during the week on this one every weekday estimate is 500K. Mufasa made three times that over the week, more than three times that just on Saturday alone. And if you look at Sunday, it made Friday it made uh 8 million more. So it beat out that on Friday, Saturday, and then you look at Sunday, it's roughly fall back to what it was here, a difference here. So it made again on here 5 to 7. See the difference? It's 800 million or 800,000 more. So every weekend, from what it does during the week, the difference make sorry that I didn't even show up here. What it does, I can show up here as well. What it does over the week is around 500,000, but then the weekend it make more than that. So that's what throws the fluctuation of when it is going to surpass Sonic. That's the fluctuation. It's the weekend numbers because it made 3.2 here, made 3.2 million difference over the weekend. Over the week, let's see, over 4 days, it can make 2 million difference. So with a five, with a 5 million difference, and make 3.2 million here, or say you make it 3.2 million here, and make it roughly 2 million over the weekend, over the week. So the 4 days, Monday to Thursday, it'll probably make 2 million difference around that, and but they make it 3 million different Friday to Sunday. That's rough. That's roughly 5 million. So that's what I'm saying. By next Sunday, Mufasa can take the lead. That's the latest. But it could also take the lead by Friday because of the fluctuation. It also can take the lead by that Monday. It could be that Wednesday. It could be me giving it to next Friday. The following Friday is scratching it as far as possible for Sonic. But if the possibility that it's take the lead is Sunday, and me giving Sonic extra 5 days to say it could hold on to the lead, is tell you that Sonic is not doing well. Because if I give 5 days to Sonic, but 2 days to Mufasa, that means Sonic has less chance of taking the lead, of keeping the lead until Friday. Will it? Can it? Yes. Will it? Numbers doesn't show that. But now, international, you can see the split. Mufasa made 23 million more internationally. This is from uh, Monday, last Monday numbers, using Monday numbers versus what the numbers show today. So, oh, sorry, me switch it. Let me show you what I was talking about. This is the difference that Sonic and Mufasa made week to week or over the weekend. Basically, this is Friday. What was the difference Friday by Friday from Thursday before Thursday numbers before Friday? This is different than what it is by Sunday. This is a total difference for just 3 days. Mufasa made Farno. Now here's the international numbers. Mufasa made 23, roughly 23 million more, over 23 million more. This is the rough estimate because again, these numbers are estimate. They are not for the calculator. And this is what Sonic Mufasa made over the past week internationally. Now, as you can see, Sonic 3 made 17, roughly 17. This is the difference it was internationally over the past week. So, if we look at the weekly numbers, because again, we can look at the weekend numbers. We look at the weekly numbers. This is what Mufasa made on a week, 18. This is what the different, roughly the difference made internationally, 23. So it is still bringing nearly, it's not double anymore, but it's still bringing significantly more. And 18 to what 23? That's roughly five, no 6, no 5, 25 to 6 million more. And then we look at Sonic. Look at Sonic weekly number 12. How much it made internationally? 17. Again, roughly 5 to 6 million more. Well, with Sonic more, less than 4 to 5 million more. Yeah, 4 to 5 million more internationally. With that being said, there's literally no way for Sonic to catch up to Mufasa. There's not a single way. And like people are like, well, Sonic can catch up. It's supposed to be the if Mufasa is going to take the lead domestically, and Sonic has to literally catch up. Oh, here's the rest of the number. Here's the total number, domestic total. What's the difference? This is different. The international total. What's the difference? They have to make up for 18. Sorry, 185 million to catch up. This number has increased from the other day. This is the domestic, the international. This number has increased. Here's a difference total. Mufasa has officially passed over 180 million more than Sonic. Here's something also I noticed. This is Mufasa international total over Sonic domestic. This is the international amount for Mufasa. This is Sonic total amount. This is what came up. It was yesterday it was 1 point. Sorry, it was 91, roughly around the same. It was roughly 91%. It's still roughly 91%. I should say 91%, but it's still roughly 91%. It's fluctuated. It just dropped below by like I think it went 3.3% difference. But again, if 90% of your budget is equal to only what it was. What is this? This. If it's equal to only 60, roughly 65%, oh, sorry, if 90% of your box office number it equals to roughly 65% of another movie box office number, you're not going to pass it at all. If sorry, yeah, if the number it was the other way around, there's a chance of passing. But if the international total is equal to 90% of your budget, and your movie can pull out more theaters sooner, and you make it less, that means by the end of this, Mufasa can literally have more than Sonic total budget internationally. Just the international budget. Just the international amount can be more than Sonic total amount by the end of this. That's a possibility. That's straight up a possibility. That means the domestic amount doesn't even touch come into for Mufasa. And people are like, well, Sonic won. No, it didn't. Sonic had a good week. I can give Sonic the first I can give Sonic the first 5 days. It had a good weekend. It came in strong. First 5 days, it started out strong. But when it dropped down, it didn't hold the week. It held the weekends. I can give it the weekends, but it didn't hold the weeks. Every week, Mufasa was beaten. It was what. It was a beatdown. You can't deny. And I have people who's like, no, the numbers are wrong. It's fake, and they're not. You can't make this up. And then Sonic is also getting pulled out from more theaters, as you can see here. Let me see if I can pull it up here to show you the difference. Okay, yeah. This is the amount of theater that Mufasa has got pulled out. This is the amount of theater that Sonic 3 has got pulled out. Got pulled out far more theaters than Mufasa, and Sonic 3 opened up domestically the same day. This is domestic. They opened up domestically on the same exact day. Sonic is getting put out more theaters than Mufasa. What did that tell you? Let's go to a previous shot. Let's see what happened then. Look, and this is Mufasa. Let's see about if they show up on the previous shot. Okay, Sonic had kept staying in more theaters here. Let's see. Mufasa had more theaters here, but this is getting to the beginning. Sonic 3 added 6 more theaters. Mufasa, didn't change. Needed a change here. And it wasn't showing up here, even though it wasn't showing here. But this is another thing I have to tell people. You see this number? These numbers are just domestic. Mufasa, as I shown you before, Mufasa international number is double. So here, when you look at these numbers, you have to take in the total number, domestic and international. Like domestically, Sonic did well. It had a $25 million, roughly less than 25 million. But I'm giving a $25 million lead on Mufasa when they first came out domestically. But when you add in international number, Sonic only went up to 61 million. Mufasa went up to 64, 65 million. Mufasa won the total box office for that weekend. Domestically, Sonic won. Total, Mufasa won. Internationally, Mufasa won. So I can give Sonic that weekend. I cannot give them that week. That's the problem. Even though overall they did win the week. I'm going to say that. They did win the week. But that drop that weekend showed that Sonic 3 was fading. That first weekend, that first week before that Friday, when Sonic 3 had already had signs, it was fading. Like, look, I'm going to go back. Weekend numbers. Sonic 3 had it here. Sonic 3 slightly had it less than here, but Mufasa gained. During the weekend numbers. So Sonic 3 held strong, but as soon as that first drop for Sonic 3, as soon as that first drop happened here for Sonic 3, Sonic 3 was showing it was fading. Like, so as this, I'm like, yeah, Sonic 3 is about to drop. That was on Christmas. You lose that much on Christmas. If this happens on Christmas, you're showing signs your audience is not holding steady. And then once that sign they bounce up, then it just ever since then they never hit number one. Look, almost a full month, and they haven't hit one again. But when we go to Mufasa, when we go to Mufasa, it's a different story. They had number one, number two, and then they just hit number one, and they hit one and two. They was just going back. Then they finally hit a three when two new movies just came out, and then they went right back to number one and two. They finally hit a three again this Friday. So they're showing signs it's slowly fading, but they're also showing signs that they can probably hit number one at any time over the next week. So total number, domestic, internationally, overall, Mufasa is going up, surpass Sonic international domestically, and Sonic is never going to catch up to Mufasa domestic or internationally, and or total. So the numbers are showing an increasing lead for Mufasa. Anyway, yeah, you can't explain this anymore to Sonic fans, but they won't believe it because they want Sonic to win, even though it did. And now that Sonic's not winning, it's like, but check out the Rotten Tomatoes again. Let me show you what happened on Rotten Tomatoes. Uh, let's look at. Oh, sorry. Go to Google because let's look at what happened on Rotten Tomatoes, and this is why I don't use Rotten Tomatoes as a source. Look at Mufasa, right? Roughly 60 and 90. Rotten Tomatoes. Look at what they did for Lion King, roughly 50 to 90. You see? You see how it's like roughly the same on the 10, roughly what? It is roughly 7 point difference here, but Mufasa is making more here. Let's look at Lion King box out the 2009 Lion King box office numbers. Look at what happened. Look at what it made. Look at what it opened with, or the budget. Look at what it opened with. Let's look at Mufasa. Look at what it opened with. Can I see if I can? It's not showing the budget here, but their budget was less than this. Look at what the Lion King did. This is why I don't use these numbers because this is basically people's opinion. When you look at this, look what happened. You can say whatever you want here. Like they can say whatever they want here. But if the people are going to watch the movie, that's what's really matter. And this amount, these amounts, is tell you how many people going to watch the movie. Because if you know that if I know the average of what it costs for dinners around the world for each movie, and then I divide that by this total for the world, total for international, and total for domestic, and take those numbers, you will see Mufasa had far more people going to see Mufasa than Sonic. I don't know. I don't know the average for the deers outside of USA, so it's kind of hard to put that together. But when you look at Sonic 3, you can see roughly, again, 90% of the domestic international total of Mufasa is roughly the same as Sonic 3 total. Like it's 90%. It's roughly a 90% difference between this and this. That tell you that Sonic 3 is not gonna catch up or gain on Mufasa. Because again, you look at the what just happened. Mufasa made what is it? 32, Sonic made 17. Now, somebody also know it. Mufasa made 23. Sonic last week it made 23. Mufasa had made 30. I think the previous week Sonic made 30. Mufasa made 20. What is it? Mufasa made 42. So the difference is the percentage wise, the difference is about the same, but the numbers are slowly getting closer and closer. But Sonic 3 is still losing far more. So by this weekend, since well, it was 7 million difference by internationally. So by next weekend, it can be now it's 6 million difference. Next weekend it can be 5 million difference. That means if this drop down, I mean, if this drop down by the same it did this week, and it come in at 7 million, that means Sonic is gonna make 12, and Mufasa is gonna make 7. That's a rough estimate based on what I know it. But the total doesn't lie. Fox is going to take a lead, and then Sonic fans has no excuse. You can say Sonic won, but you can be upset that Mufasa is winning. But you started this. You should have. It was best if you was just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna chill. I'm gonna see what happens. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna go on. As soon as they went on Disney Twitter and say no, Mufasa, they try to note it and community note and say no, Sonic 3 was winning. You look at the total box and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Mufasa is winning, and that was the case. Sonic 3 had one weekend, and Sonic 3 had one weekend where it was up, which kept its that week number high. Mufasa nearly had the same number that next weekend, and that with the week total, it took the lead, and then just kept it over Sonic, and then it just stayed over Sonic, and Sonic slowed it, like the gap between Mufasa and Sonic keep growing, and the lead from Sonic domestically keep shrinking. Lead from Mufasa internationally keep growing, and lead from Mufasa total keep growing. So you can't say that Sonic's won. Anyway, later. People really don't get. I'm not on Sonic or Mufasa side. I'm just looking at the facts. Fact shows that Mufasa's going to take the lead. Sonic's not going to keep the lead and not going to catch up at all. I'm not even putting which side the move, which mover I'm on, which side I'm on for the move. I'm just stating the facts. I'm not saying Sonic is bad. I'm not saying Mufasa is bad. I'm just saying more people was rooting for Mufasa and wanted Mufasa. That's what the numbers show. That's what the facts show. You can't be upset about it.